Everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and to get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So I'm going to talk on contentment today, and being within a contentedness, living content. Okay, so let's get into this. So contentment, living contentedly, I want to say, is when you are very content with yourself. This is a state of mind, or this is a state of being as well. Whenever you're contented, you have content, right? You see content as production, or you see content as like your content. You see people uploading their content, right, or their creations, we can say, to the network. And this is the same as contentment, right? Because if you are living very contentedly, it is very, very easily to be able to give content. By this, I mean when there is a fluidness to things, or a fluidity to things, when you are creating, it is coming from a state of contentedness or contentment, right? Because what results is content, right? And you can keep this state, you can stabilize it, or you can learn exactly the various different rhythms, of your organism, where content peaks, and you want to align yourself within these rhythms, right? So you can find like a lasting contentment, which when you start to realize contentedness, or when you come into the state, it is very lasting, because it's kind of like you're kind of like navigating this sea, which you find a contentedness in the very navigation itself. When you start looking more towards yourself, it becomes very, very easily for content to be given to self, and this is because you start to listen to yourself, or you start to listen to your inner being, where things are hyper harmonious, right? And things are ultra beautified. So then the content that is naturally expressed is extremely magnifying, because it's reached a certain peak of itself through the very inclusiveness that you have generated for yourself, or that you have momented for yourself. Contentedness doesn't actually bring you into a state of too much desire, I want to say, but it can be different for everybody. By this, I mean when you're content, or whenever you're like contented, when you've found contentment, there is a synonymous peace that comes with it, or this is peace itself. a silence is usually found within a contentedness as well, right? And this all comes with a meditativeness, okay? Which everybody has naturally. Everybody has meditativeness without even like having to sit cross-legged or lotus and like actually meditating. Is meditation is a natural state of being that all organisms are capable of coming into, because meditation is actually not an action or a habit or not an action, but it's not something you do either. It's more just something that happens, right? Which is the same thing as contentment. It's more of a happening, right? When you are contented, it's mostly because you have gotten in tune and aligned and you began to flow with the universe, right? The universal waves. And you become contented, right? You've gotten in tune with the now, you're centered in your being, and it's very, very easy to just listen to the harmony of all things. And as you're listening to harmony of all things, the cadence, the universal song or the universe, the one song, it's very beautifying, because it's literally extremely harmonious. So anything that you can imitate from your observation and express out as content is is very magnifying due to the fact that it's coming from the universe, so the deeper you're able to get in tune with that harmony, that universal harmony, the synchronicity, experientially, the deeper you're able to observe it, the deeper meditativeness you can grow, or the meditativeness deepens, then you can actually express from that very observation of that hyperharmoniousness, and just a little drop of it is enough for like everybody, so you're contented with just a little bit of it. You don't actually, just one experience of diving into to the universal harmony is enough, to bring about contentment, and then from there you have no trouble producing content because you have experienced it, and once you've experienced it, you can't find yourself out of it, right? So you're founded and content. Okay, so contentment, then you see that struggling kind of ceases or recedes, or you become acceptant of will and struggling and tensioning and whatnot, and that is contentment, right? You become acceptant of ego because you have observed the egoless enough to know that the ego is illusory. So you kind of are able to recede into a contentedness, we're struggling egoically. It just kind of passes right by. It can bring a passivity to you. So contentment, content of mind, mentally content within yourself, seeing yourself as universal integrity, or one with the universe. Once you've had that experience, felt it very deeply, then there is naturally a contentment there, right? And you have no trouble at that point reflecting it back out exteriorly onto yourself, right? To help other individuals to see or eventually align with the same experience, you know. Um, and that's kind of like lighting the flame for others, contentment for contentment, right? Content. So that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. I do thank everybody for watching. Once again, peace out, one love, and have a great evening.